no turning back now. This is what makes me. This is what I am.
Feel me? Let's go.
You can hate me now,
QB.
but I won't stop. You hate me now,
I won't stop.
but I won't stop now.
Can't stop.
Cause I can't stop now.
You can hate me.
You can hate me now,
I hate you too.
but I won't stop now.
Come on.
You
Come
can hate
on.
me now.
Cause I can't stop now.
Come on.
You can hate me now,
You can hate me
Do it
now.
now.
you can hate me now.
Do it now. I told you, do it now.
Let's go.
You wanna hate me, then hate me. What can I do?
Okay, the next part of our discussion brings us to this next part where John Hagee and Mr. Shoebat were talking, and Hagee makes this claim that the reason why America supports politically Israel is because they are one theologically.
We are connected together, not politically. We're connected together theologically.
Yes, appeasement, as Churchill said.
Excuse me, the Israelis don't believe Jesus is God. The Israelis don't believe Jesus is the Son of God. The Israelis don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah. Some Israelis don't even believe in Judaism anymore. Many Israelis are atheists. They don't believe in Judaism or Christianity or any religion. Okay, so to claim this nonsense that supposedly Israel and America are, one theologically is nonsense, Mr. Hagee. Mr. Hagee, that is totally incorrect. You know it, and I know it. You know very well that the Israelis do not believe in your belief in Jesus as God or the Son of God or any other Christian beliefs that you have. So to make that point is I don't know. I guess you were just pandering to the Jewish audience, because in reality, we know and they know that that's just not true at all. The next thing they go into is then Mr. Hagee asks Shoebat about honor killings.
Tell our audience, what is an honor killing?
Most Americans think that honor killing is the process of a family member killing a girl if she commits adultery. This is only one perspective. There's only one part of it. Honor killing is killing anyone who dishonors either his honor, whether with sexual immorality or his faith. So a Muslim becoming a Christian like myself is to be killed as an honor killing.
Look, honor killings is not a teaching of Islam. You cannot show me any evidence whatsoever from the authentic sources of Islam, the Quran, Sunnah, or anything that shows and justifies honor killings. Okay, that is not a teaching. It is not of Islam. It is not condoned by Islam. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm putting out a challenge. You show me that there's any proof that such a teaching is allowed. I'm putting it forward that Islam does not condone, nor does it teach any such thing as honor killings. First of all, these people are taking the law into their own hands. Islam doesn't allow that either. You can't be a vigilante. You can't go somebody who is supposedly accused of doing something and then enact some so-called honor killing. This is not part of what Islam teaches. Okay, and again, listen to what it's called, honor killings. Why? They're supposedly doing this because of the honor of the family has been violated, not because somebody has broken a law of Allah, not because somebody has committed a sin against Allah. This is supposedly being done for the honor of the family. Well, that's against the teaching of Islam right there. You don't enact something against somebody because of some personal reasons of honor or some superficial nonsense. So again, that is not a teaching of Islam. Okay? So they tried to make that, but again, it's wrong. But again, be aware, brothers and sisters, that that's just another attempt to try to demonize the Muslim people and make it look like the Muslims, or in particular the Arabs, are just a bunch of low-down, savage people. And that, when you do that, this justifies the actions of these people. See, when they can do that, this allows them to go ahead and do what they want to do to you with impunity. The same thing Hitler did. You see, when Hitler was successful in demonizing the people, the European Caucasian Jews in Germany, you see, the people went for it so much that when he began to do what they did to the Jews in Germany, then the people didn't do anything. Most of the German public, except for a few exceptions, sat by and did nothing. Why? Because he demonized the Jews so much in Germany that people say, oh, well, they deserve that. And that's again what you people are doing to the Muslims. You're doing the same thing. You see, and don't be fooled, brothers and sisters. Don't be misled. There have been occasionally talks of putting, Muslims in camps. For example, this lady Michelle Malkin, in her book, in whatever that book is called, in justification of internment or something like that, in which she tries to use what happened to the Japanese internment when the Japanese Americans were put in internment camps, tries to make a connection that the same thing, or implies that the same thing could possibly be justified to do to Muslim Americans. I mean, come on. You see, come on. But then they're quick to tell you the Nazis were bad, yet here they are trying to profess, and promote Nazi-like, Nazi-like institutions. You see what I'm saying? So this is an amazing thing that I find hypocritical about a lot of these people. So again, don't be fooled and misled that that stuff is far-fetched. No, they have been talk, some here and there of trying to put Muslims in camps, or like I said, making Muslims wear some type of identification or something like that. So it's out there. It is circulating out there in the Western public, in the Western media, in the Western public. That those ideas are out there. They are indeed out there. So don't be fooled or misled or naive to think that, oh no, these people would never do that again. Oh yes, the Hitlers are still there. There are still Nazis amongst people in these societies. You can believe that. Okay. So the next thing he goes on to is that he claims that supposedly we're duty bound by our faith as Muslims to hate these people. That we're duty bound.
They hate us because it's a part of their faith to hate us. Yes. They are duty bound by their faith to hate us. Yes. So there's nothing that we can do, can say, can give them, can appease them with, because they are practicing their faith when they hate us.
Oh boy, the extent and lies that these people, are just willing to go through. What does Allah say? I've quoted this verse so many times in the comment section. In chapter 60, verse 8 of the Quran, it is clear that we are supposed to treat people kindly and justly, as long as those people are not trying to fight us, as long as they are not trying to drive us from our homes or our lands. Allah says, be kind and just to those people, for surely Allah loves the doers of justice. Okay? In the next verse, verse 9, it says the only justification you have is against somebody or some group is if those people are engaged in trying to fight you because of your religion, take your home and your land. These people you have a justified reason to stand against. But if the people are not doing that, then you have no way against these people. That's what Islam says. So we're not duty bound to hate everybody who's not a Muslim. But again, for the Muslims, this is the game. This is the psychological game that these people are trying to play to spread this misinformation and to demonize the Muslim people. They are acting just like their forefathers, the Nazis. They're acting like some of their grandparents who are Germans and Nazis. You can count on that. Okay? Then the next thing he goes into, again, another attempt to try to demonize the Muslims, is he says that lying is allowed to advance the faith.
To practice the faith. Is lying acceptable in Islam for the purpose of advancing the Islamic faith?
No, it is not allowed. Again, you heard people talk about this thing called taqiyya. Okay? We have no such concept. Okay, let me explain what they say taqiyya. To them, they say taqiyya is a situation where a Muslim is allowed to lie. In other words, a Muslim is allowed to be a backstabber, to lie to you about Islam in order to help Islam spread. What sense does that make? Anybody in their right mind could see that that's garbage. First of all, if I lie to a person about Islam to make Islam spread, and then they find out that I was lying, won't that defeat my purpose? Won't they say, hey, you lied to me about Islam. I don't want to be Muslim no more. So why would Allah even say, why would something like that even be allowed to do when that could easily destroy a faith by allowing a lie and people come to the truth and say, oh man, I found out you were lying. That doesn't make any sense. But you see, they make up lies like this to justify their hatred. You see, they delude themselves by conjuring up and concocting stories like this in order to make themselves feel comfortable with hating Muslims, you see. So they can continue to promote this. Whenever they profess hate against Muslims, they feel okay because they say, oh, well, those people are allowed to lie. Their religion is so violent. And therefore, it makes them feel okay. Say, oh, well, hey, it's okay to do that to Muslims because look at what they're teaching. Again, there is no such teaching. Allah says in the Quran, in the 5th chapter, that we have to stand up. We have to be witnesses for the truth. We have to be witnesses for the truth. Okay?